Well, hey, this is your pal Pallavi, your host at 94.3 Radio 1, and I'm back with a brand new show called POV with Pallavi. Well, I've been doing this property on radio for the longest time, and I'm sure you must have heard me saying, in today's day and age where everyone is throwing their opinions out like pigeons in the park, literally everywhere and messy, I am going to take full advantage of being a radio host and throw my opinions out and loud. Okay, now diving straight onto today's episode, which has everything to do with young adults' happiness quotient. So, what I want you to do right now is to imagine a graph that represents the journey of happiness throughout life, right? So for decades, research showed that the way people experienced happiness across their lifetime looked somewhat like a U-shaped curve. So you're happy as a kid and as a young adult, then life gets tough in your midlife, like we know, between 30s to 40s, and then later on, when you grow old, this quotient tends to rise back. Now, this pattern has been a cornerstone in understanding human well-being. But what if I told you that this curve is no longer the same? In fact, it has started to flatten out. Well, now some facts to prove what I just said. New York Times recently put an article out which suggested the dip in the U-shaped happiness curve. Second is that young people, those in their late teens and early 20s, are now reporting some of the lowest levels of happiness on record. And well, that's not just a fluke, it's a global tension in my opinion. And third is the fact that the Global Flourishing Study reports the same trend of young adults being the least happy age group even in affluent societies. So point being, what's going on, right? We are living in an age of paradox. We have more access to information, to people, and to their goddamn intimate lives than ever before. We still somehow feel disconnected. We scroll for hours, yet somehow feel alone. And the hustle culture, oh my god, it's being glamorized more than ever before. Yet people have completely lost their mental sanity behind those dreams. But this isn't just about the doom, it's about awareness. Because understanding why happiness is slipping, I think it's the first step to reclaiming it, in my opinion at least. And well, that calls for some dire opinions on the show, because I'm sure you are wondering, Pallavi, why don't you actually go and ask young people what is going on?
I am a young person, and you can tell that this fact is actually true. I am not happy right now. You can see it in my eyes. Zoom in.
I don't think Gen Z is a sad generation at all. I am a part of Gen Z and I am not at all sad. Just because we have priorities set apart from work also and we want personal life balance doesn't mean we are sad. We are quite content.
I feel like today's generation is sad because I am sad. Look at my face. I look so tired. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. It's also because we compare ourselves a lot with people on the internet and social media, and that's why we are the most saddest people on the earth, because comparison is not good, guys. Don't compare yourself with others.
So recently there was this influencer, only 24 years old, who took her own life to suicide. Because there was a dip in her social media followers, barging her from her dream of hitting 1 million followers target on the gram. Well, I think I choose not to comment on an incident as sensitive and grave as this. But on the other hand, I want you to think and reflect, what are we becoming into? This shift that we are experiencing in young adults is recent, and so is the boom in the digital era. In fact, the truth be told, happiness doesn't really come from all the goddamn likes that we are chasing, from the shortlisted resumes, or the perfect glass skin. It's within, and I think we clearly aren't centered anymore as people. It's built in small, real moments, right? In deeper connections, a purpose-driven life, and even in the stillness. Oh my god, when was the last time you went for a solo trip, chose to be quiet and just be? And maybe, I think just maybe, if we stop chasing a version of success that isn't working for us, I hope we tell ourselves that that is not the end. We, in fact, can actually start building a life that actually feels good to live. And well, that calls for my time in today's POV with Pallavi. If you liked what I just spoke to you about, which let me just tell you, it came from the deepest ends of my heart, it would mean the world if you give us a thumbs up. And please comment down your thoughts in the comment section below. We here at 94.3 Radio 1 are open for a conversation that can actually impact lives. With all that said and done, this is your host Pallavi, signing off until next time.
One world, your station.